Alrighty, I have a special delivery for the bulls today, and that is bulls. Get ready, get into the rocket. We are about to launch. Let's take a look at in this video Kospi, how great it is today. SK Hynix already on the Korean market, 22% up. All right, and so is Samsung around 20% up. This is where you just can't sit on the sideline. Let's take a look at in this video how much of bullish strength does this move today has. Do we have finally a confirmed bottom in the memory stocks? I do want to tell you though, we did see a really good price action across the memory stocks on the US side, Micron, Sandisk. We'll take a look at those as well in this video. But let's start off with Kospi. Now, before going further, as always, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. And guys, you are missing out on my DRAM portfolio. We are in the portfolio building phase and you can't miss this opportunity out. You can join my DRAM portfolio if you are interested. Check out the details in the description of this video. All right, so don't miss this out. Okay, all right, so let's start off with Kospi over here. Now, in the last couple of days, we have continued our decline. And once we got at this zone, I was telling, okay, we have to see the price action. Does it stabilize its here? And if not, well, we're going to open up to the next level lower. And 200 days moving average is just for a reference. As I mentioned, you can see we straight flushed through it, but then we did find a bounce first at this zone down below where we were after this 6,000. We'll get to 5,000. That's what I mentioned. And this very zone first gave it a bounce, then next day a candle stayed above that, and today we are seeing a rip back to the upside with the break of the significant zones above, which is what we wanted to see. As I mentioned to you guys, that if we come down here, we have to start getting above this 6,000 up here, the zone up here, which it is doing just today right now. This is a first sign of a potential bottom formation here. Now you may ask, well, oh wait, are we not fully bullish then? The answer is that it's the first building block into the bullish continuation. Okay, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that we're gonna come down. We may not come down, but we may also come down, but that will mostly result a buying happen, and which is a part of a pullback. But what can also happen if the momentum is very strong? For example, today on DRAM, just to add more into my portfolio, different type of positions, which I keep my members posted who are in my Telegram DRAM. All right, they are building the same portfolio as how I am building. I give all the real-time alerts in my DRAM portfolio, share the screenshots as well of the position. Members have access to my spreadsheet also, so that they can have a complete, full, rounded picture as it is. Okay, so don't miss that out. Details are in the description of this video. Now, I was waiting on a DRAM, some pullback to add to my position of different sort. There are different things I'm doing there. The pullback didn't came, and I still had to buy a little bit in the extension, a little bit more position, but from there price still kept going up. So, but I had to fulfill a criteria in my strategy. So anyways, now having said that, Kospi doesn't have to come down, but most likely it's healthy, and most likely it can come down and get bought up somewhere in the middle, and then eventually make a next run up. That's a healthy way of going to the upside. That gives an extra confirmation that bottom is a stable bottom. So until then, you have to read it as a rebound, but this rebound is very strong. And looking at the overall sentiment with other tech stocks and all, well, with the memory stocks and all, Kospi is most likely going to go up. Now, Kospi represents pretty much Samsung and SK Hynix. So I'm just telling you in one Kospi. I will get to SK Hynix and Samsung as well. And then Micron and Sandisk too. So, okay. So anyways, read it as a rebound for now, but I don't think we'll make a further leg lower. But nothing is guaranteed. Yes, we can make a further leg lower. So what are we doing? Risk management. Our stop loss has to be around green zone or below green zone, which will be around 5,000 on Kospi if you are taking this trade on Kospi. But many of my viewers are from US, so you know, this translates my sentiment across the memory stocks as well, just so you know. So Kospi sentiment is good today. US market on the memory stock also looked good, so things are looking really good. All right, this is SK Hynix. We are up here now. Let's take a look at the real-time price. 24% up, 1,650,000. I don't know why they have, when things goes up, they put it in the red, and when they go down, I think they put it in the blue. I think they should use green for the upside and red to the downside. I don't think they're listening to me, but anyways, if someone knows them, just let them know that not the best way of putting it this way. All right, so red is for alert, okay? Caution, well, that's amber, but anyway, so point being 24% up. Excuse me. So 1,608,050, pretty much fair prices, pretty much is not, you know, give or take, you know, so up here. Now this is a little bit already has come up to the zone where we technically have to regain to the upside, but looking at this momentum and gap up and also coming very close to this zone of, you know, 1 million area, not that far away, we are seeing a bounce above that. Most likely this has a room even through the pullback getting bought up. Okay, if you are doing this, have a stop loss below, in this case 1 million below, or even 1,230,000 area. Okay, but yeah, it has a room to turn around from here. Definitely I don't want to see a full gap close. I definitely don't want to see that. It doesn't mean that it's bad, but it just, yeah, it's just a waiting game. Then it just brings in doubts. What we want to see, a little bit of a pullback and straight shoot above the zone for the continuation. Okay, so looking good, really looking good. Samsung also pushing up straight above that of the zone of 245,000 area. This was the zone we had to get above before we turn around. The bounce came at a zone of importance, where, as I was telling you, we are getting very close to a potential bounces now. We are getting very close, and today, yes, we are looking good, just like how SK Hynix and Kospi I mentioned. Even if pullback happens, technically position can be built and stop loss below like 208,000 and or 188,000. Accordingly manage the position, but signs of bottom. We, again, nothing is guaranteed, as I always say, we have to do risk management. So, but where is the high likelihood right now? That is to the upside. Let's take a look at Micron. Really good gain, and I told you in the morning as well in my YouTube video, this could change everything. And we regained the zone of importance, which was once, as we were coming down, we lost that as well. But once we got above it, if you took a short, you are out today. You took the profit, size down, whatever I explained on my AMD position, how I did that, right? So similarly is how you would do on Micron as well. You can check out my morning video if you want to learn more. So, and become a member, you will learn a lot more. All right, so yeah, at this point we are already on Micron 917 up here, but anyhow, at this point, I just like how Samsung, Kospi, my SK Hynix looking like, right? Pullbacks, as long as we hold above yellow zone, we will be fine. I would be really disappointed if we lose 830 tomorrow. Really disappointed. Okay, so so far it doesn't look like it want to come down. And Micron actually, you know, can do it, can do it. Okay, so we'll see. Anyways, but things are looking good on that as well. Sandisk also really coming through to the upside. It hasn't taken out this zone. Yes, in the overnight it has up here, but also even if it's fully not taken, well, in the post market also it took out, but also look for a pullback for a buy already if any comes. But I already told you in the morning 1108 and 30 above, we are already in the strength to the upside, and it's just doing that. Pullbacks are possible, guys, look, but most likely they are supposed to be bought up at this point. It is technically still weaker than Micron. It is still technically in the downtrend. It's all comes down to this zone 1300, and gotta continue to hold the level at 1130. If we can do that, both of that through the pullback also, we are good. Okay, SK Hynix 160 already in the post market, right up over here with the overnight session, and Kospi looking good. SK Hynix just yeah, we have a bottom most likely. Okay, Seagate was already good today, going up, pushing above 800, and a little bit gave up the gains, but it was a huge gap up on Seagate, so that's okay to give up a little bit gains. While in the overnight is already taken out the full body, so 884 already, so looking good. At this point, this is most likely a double bottom as well on this thing. We want to stay above 800 though. Look, nothing is guaranteed. We may still fall. Market, you know, we have to risk manage and all of that. 800 above price action is in the bullish territory on Seagate also here. Okay. Yep, memory stocks, guys, all that, you know, I think the downside is over. Okay, nothing is guaranteed, but most likely downside is over. Okay. All right, guys, well, that's all I had for you in this video. All right, well, okay, let's take a look at Nvidia also. 197 coming up. I'm still not super strong confident on Nvidia. It's a it can still bounce, but still may remain weak. That's right now a possibility, but you know, right now you are looking at some rebounds for a multi-day trade above yellow zone. If it stays above that, then it has a room to bounce even until like 204, but you know, this is as choppy as it can get. Also AMD already at 506, so this is the zone where overall technically we are not bullish yet. As if it slips below 500 tomorrow, just keep an eye on this thing. If it gets above 500, it can also run with other sentiment stocks going up, right? All right, let's just, ARM is still negative. ARM is not much you can do with this thing. TSM made a comeback today. I already told you this in the morning, and nothing changes since then. Intel also a little bit pushing strong up here. This is the zone though, guys. We have to get above $100, then only proper thing will turn around to the upside. It's still at 96, but yes, above 89 significant level, it's some multi-day strength until, or a rebound until $100. So all right, that's all I had for you in this video. Just before wrapping up, let's take a last look. Kospi 14% up. Let's take a look at real-time SK Hynix, 25% up now, and Samsung is 21.5% up. Get ready. All right, so also don't forget to check out my DRAM portfolio, guys. Okay, hit the like and subscribe also. I don't have to tell you guys, please do so. Please do so. I have been providing you constant updates. Please hit the like, subscribe. All right, take care. Bye.